If we could start with a loud salawat, please. That wasn't good enough. Come on, a little louder, like we heard on the volleyball court. Come on, guys, a loud salawat, please. If I look at the time, we're only 10 minutes late, so I think that we're already ahead of schedule, so this is great. So we'll get started now.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Welcome to the World Federation Koja Heritage Sports Dinner, the grand finale of this incredible 3-day tournament. For the players, we hope your knees have recovered, or at least your egos.
And for those that were here to enjoy chaiwala and the occasional drama on the court, we're honored to be your MCs here tonight.
My name is Maliha Walji Mirali, and I was born in Mombasa, Kenya, what some of us Kojas call back home, and raised in Minnesota, aka Canada Light. It's got the snow, the accents, and the anxiety-inducing hockey team, just without the free healthcare. I'm normally a humble Minnesotan, but after seeing our Minnesota teams this weekend, what can I say? We let the volleyball do the talking.
And my name is Zahid Mirali, and I'm your local representative, born and raised right here in Vancouver. Unlike my wife Maliha, I may not have been born at Aga Khan Hospital in East Africa, but I've had enough mandazi, or as some would say mahambri, to qualify for naturalization.
Whether you came here to serve, spike, or spectate, this evening is for all of you who brought heart to the court and soul to the sidelines.
So grab a seat if you haven't already done so, relax, and enjoy what promises to be a night of celebration, reflection, and a little healthy competition off the court as well.
We'd now like to take a moment to acknowledge our sponsors. This event simply wouldn't have been possible without their generosity and support. So to each of you, thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
We'd also like to take a moment to honor Marhum Bashir Akbar and all of our beloved Marhumin, those who are no longer with us, but whose legacies continue to uplift our community.
Please join us in reciting Surah Fatiha. And for those of you of other faiths, we welcome you to offer a moment of silence or reflection in their memory. While we are here to celebrate our heritage, our community, and the connections that bring us together,
we'd like to take a moment to acknowledge that this tournament and tonight's gathering are taking place on the unceded, ancestral, and traditional territories of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh First Nations.
Continuing with that spirit of gratitude, it is our honor to begin tonight's program with the Holy Quran, and to introduce someone who has dedicated his life to faith, education, and service to the community.
Born in Tanzania, his journey took him from Bilal Muslim Mission in Kenya to the Islamic seminaries of the Middle East, and later across Canada and the United States as a student, scholar, and community leader.
He has taught in East Africa, earned degrees both from the University of Alberta and from right here at UBC. He's the founder of Academy for Learning Islam, also known as ALI, through which he and his wife teach short courses and publish Islamic books for both adults and children.
Please join us in warmly welcoming Sheikh Hasnain Qasim Ali with a loud salawat.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya wal mursaleen wa ala ahli baytihi at-tayyibin at-tahirin. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala. Assalamu alaikum jameen wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Now you can do a better job. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahsant. I can assure you there is a very good dinner waiting for us now. So thank you very much. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for this wonderful opportunity to be amongst all of you. The last 4 days since I come here, these have been really great days because there is no way I could have met all of you, during my so many trips, but in just one location, mashallah, people from Minnesota, Allentown, Orlando, Vancouver, Edmonton, Toronto, and even London, right? Subhanallah. As Zahid told us that I'm supposed to do a Quranic reflection. So if you have Quran app on your phone, you are welcome to open it. But make sure not WhatsApp. No, don't check your WhatsApp messages. Just this ayat Quran, okay? Surah number 32, ayat number 7. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الذي أحسن كل شيء خلقه وبدأ خلق الإنسان من طين. I've been asked to talk about heritage. But just to make it lighter, when they started closing the curtains, I was struggling to go through my notes because I was not told to do Gham Bayan. Usually, we make it dark when there's Gham Bayan. So then I thought that maybe perhaps should I start looking for some Gham Bayan? But no, I realized that just we want the slides to be there. You can see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in this ayat, it's beautiful verse. Just reflect on it. Actually, it really drives the point about the heritage. Right? It says, الذي خلق كل شيء الذي أحسن كل شيء خلقه. The one who perfected everything that he created. Of course, amongst the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not only that we have been created, but we have been born in a certain families, in certain ethnicity, with certain languages, right? These also are the part of Allah's plan. It's not just the creation that you and me have created as a human being or a boy or a girl, no. But if I am born in a Kasmali family, somebody is born in a Devji family, somebody is born in Walji family, or somebody is born in Merali family, these also are the plans of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Keep that in mind. So this is the heritage that Allah has actually given us, that we have been, we have inherited this also, and this is Allah's creation, right? So subhanallah, Allah Ta'ala says, because Allah says that everything He has created He has perfected, right? So keep in mind that the creation of Allah has nothing but perfection. He says the evil what you find in a society, in a community, is lack of those good things. Otherwise, there is no inherent evil in the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, there's nothing but good. And if you believe that there's nothing but good, at the same time, if you are in whatever family you are, that is Allah's creation. This is important because sometimes, when children argue with their parents, they say that I did not ask you to bring here. You decided to bring me here. No, you wanted to have a child, so you brought me here. We sometimes say things like that, but we are forgetting. No, that's not the case. It is Allah's creation, and Allah is the one who has decided. In another ayat, which is ayat number 62, Surah 39, Allah says, Allahu khaliqulla shay. Everything created is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that is why, for example, if you want to, especially youths, right? If you want to tell your son that get a new email, so create a new email. No, we would not do that. Islamically, creation is only with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What you would ask your son or daughter, generate a new email, or try to do something. But don't use the word creation because that is, Allah is the one who created everything, right? Of course, the question which always comes is that should we be proud of our heritage? This is always a question which comes forward, especially because sometimes people who are against this kind of gatherings or this heritage, they say that we are trying to consider ourselves better than others. Far from that. First of all, the simple answer to that, should we be proud of heritage? The simple answer is yes. Short, simple answer is yes. Why? Because Allah created me as a Khoja. Allah created me as a Gujarati-speaking person. Allah created me in a family of Kasmali, right? So it is Allah who has created everything, and everything is created is perfected. So yes, we should be proud of that. There is no doubt. The problem only comes that when we are so proud that we think that no, we are better than others. We are superior than others. Or even worse than that, that others cannot be like us. A phrase which I always hear, because mashallah, we've got elders in the community here from World Federation, we've got our Zahra president here, we've got Haji Hussein Bhai, Zakir Hussein, right? All those things you can see that one thing which I always hear, that others cannot really reach to our stage when it comes to organization. We are the best organizers. No. We are just making a mistake. You think so. But just because you compare yourself with other communities and you feel that way. When Zahid was here and said that, no, we will start on time, exactly at, what was the time required, right? 7 p.m. That did not happen, you can see, subhanAllah. And that did not happen, whatever the reason may be. That is also Allah's. That is also Allah's message to you. Don't consider yourselves with so perfect. Perfection is only with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They must have tried their level best to start exactly on the dot. Did not happen by 10 minutes, right? And there must be very good reason to that. Keep that in mind. So at the same time, yes, we are organizers, we are better organized. Mashallah, we have communities, we have gyms, we have good, for example, clubs, we can organize this kind of, all these things. But never for a moment think that no, others cannot do that. Or we are superior. But as long as you don't have that kind of thought in your mind, such thing, then of course, then it's fine. Be proud of your heritage. There is no doubt in it. And in fact, I would be the first one to say that I am proud to be a Shia Isnashi, to be a Muslim, to be a Khoja, to be a Canadian. But that is my priority. I'm first a Shia Isnashi, I'm second a Muslim, I'm third a Khoja, I'm fourth a Canadian. Canadian is a nationality, right? If I decide to renounce nationality, I can go back to where I was born in Tanzania. So this is it. But keep in mind that this is, as far as this is concerned, the debate. So let me share with you a small incident in the life of Prophet and just end. And it's there on the slide, right? Yeah. Are there any intention? Look at that story, right? There was a person people used to always praise in the presence of Prophet. They used to say such and this person is, they used to praise all the time in the presence of Prophet. So one day the person happened to come when Prophet was there, and those who used to praise him, that person happened to come, and just when he came, people said, this is the person we were talking about. No, he has so many good qualities and we were praising about. When Prophet, being a prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who has been given ilm al-ghayb, right? When he looked at him, he said that I'm witnessing on his face satanic blackness, right? Subhanallah. Prophet just looked at this person as he appeared, he said, I'm witnessing satanic blackness, shatanic blackness, right? As the person came near and greeted Rasulullah, Prophet asked him this question. He says that I place you under the oath of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Tell me, did you not say to yourself, amongst the companions of the Prophet, there is none who is superior superior to and better than me? And the person said, yes. So you can imagine, he had just thought. Prophet did not even say, did you not act? He said, did you not just bring a thought in your mind that I am the best amongst all the companions of the Prophet? And Prophet said, this is something which is not appropriate. So keep in mind that yes, we are proud of our heritage, we are Khoja, we are Gujarati speaking, we are Kutchi speaking, whatever it may be. But alhamdulillah, these are all ni'mat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We really commend our fathers and our grandfathers, our ancestors to bring us to the right faith, right? So this was that, keep in mind. And the final thing, of course, what is the best heritage we can leave with our children? Now, whenever I find sometimes a Mu'min brother who has a son or a daughter who is Saleh or Saleha, right, who are righteous, I tell them that, one thing, the best thing a Mu'min can have is a righteous child. All of you know by now, mashallah, living in this country, we have lived so many countries, right? I sometimes see people have those expensive toys. You know what is expensive toys? No, those Teslas and BMWs and those Lexus, right? Now, mashallah, we have got all this money, so that's what kind of things. But those are all just passing things, right? It doesn't matter whether you've got Tesla or got a Honda or Toyota, doesn't matter, right? Chalti ka naam gaadi. What is important is a child who is righteous. So what the heritage which we leave with our children is that they should be the one who have that, as Allah says, Inna akramakum innallahi atqakum. The most honored amongst you is the one who is pious, who practices taqwa, who has taqwa. So work hard to instill the heritage in your children, but this is it. Now let me end with something very practical. Today I had the opportunity to be there as the final was being played, volleyball, right? I wanted to stay till end, but then somebody was meeting me, so I had to leave. Did you realize one thing, subhanAllah? I saw so many youths playing so well, honestly, I was proud of them. And many of these youths who are playing volleyball today, to the best of my understanding, they were born here. They were not coming from East Africa. They were born here, right? In spite of that, they can play volleyball, which was being played back in Africa, East Africa, right? They have got this heritage from their parents. So if we can do this thing, why can't we also make sure that we don't lose on our language? If we don't lose our traditional volleyball, I know sisters are playing international volleyball, there's a reason for that. Why? Because back home, the women were not allowed to go for sports. It's only here that we see these things, right? So they could not have played. But our boys who are born here, right, they have not seen East Africa, but they play volleyball better than what was being played back home. They have kept that heritage, right? Why can't we keep our language also alive, whether it's Gujarati or Kutchi or Urdu, whatever it may be? So this is the message I would like to give again. We pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that, Ya Allah, we are thankful to you for this wonderful opportunity, especially get together of mu'mineen from different cities. Whatever efforts the organizers and the volunteers have put, may Allah accept that. Wa sallallahu alayhi wa tahirin. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
Thank you, Sheikh, for showing us that embracing our heritage is a key part of our faith.
To officially welcome you all on behalf of our local Jamaat, we're honored to invite someone whose leadership has been a guiding force, not just here in Vancouver, but across the broader Khoja community.
Many of you will recognize him not just from Al-Zahra, but from his active involvement in various levels of leadership, including his long-standing contributions through Nasimco. He continues to be a strong supporter of initiatives that bring our community together, and tonight is no exception.
So please join us in welcoming the president of the Al-Zahra Islamic Center, Brother Ibrahim Remtullah. Please, salawat, please.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Respected scholars, my elders, brothers and sisters in Islam, Salamun alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As we gather tonight to close this beautiful chapter of Vancity Cup, I stand before you filled with immense gratitude for the laughter we shared, the moments we created, and the spirit of togetherness that was felt in every corner of this event. Although I wasn't out there on the court, I saw something even more powerful from the sidelines. I saw legacy in motion. Our Khoja heritage is rich, not just in its history, but in its heart. Our forefathers may not have had branded jerseys or live streaming, but they had something far more enduring. They had unity, sacrifice, and a sense of collective identity. They built jamaats not just to house prayers, but to house people, to nurture identity, strengthen resilience, and pass values from one generation to the next. And this weekend, you all contributed to this mission by showing up, competing with heart, cheering with love, and reconnecting with purpose. What touched me most was not the competition, but the quiet in-between moments. Parents watching proudly and cheering from the sidelines. Siblings and friends high-fiving each other, win or lose. And volunteers giving of themselves tirelessly with no expectation but barakah. These are the invisible threads that hold our community together. And while so much of what made this event meaningful was shaped by the energy of our local volunteers and families, we were also deeply honored by some of the special guests whose presence added depth, reflection, and global connection to this gathering. We are grateful to each of our dignitaries who flew in to be part of this event and help make it truly special. Sheikh Hasnain Kasmali, thank you for grounding us with heartfelt spiritual reflections that reminded us of our greater purpose. Brother Habib Megji, Vice President of the World Federation, thank you for your steadfast support in empowering our youths and investing in the strength of our global community. Brother Muhammad Mahdi Karim, World Federation Counselor, thank you for bringing fresh energy, vision, and dedication as a young leader, shaping the future of the global Khoja community. Your presence has uplifted this event and reminded us that our collective work connects to something far beyond borders, a global tapestry of faith, identity, and service. In Surah Al-Hujurat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminds us, indeed, the believers are but brothers. So make peace between your brothers and fear Allah that you may receive mercy. This verse isn't just about resolving disputes. It's a call to action, to nurture bonds, to honor one another, to walk together as one ummah. Vancity Cup has been a living reflection of that ayah. My dear brothers and sisters, we often worry about how to preserve our identity in the next generation. And yet, here it is, alive and thriving. Events like these teach our youth that Islam is not distant or disconnected from daily life. It is infused in community, in teamwork, in discipline, in cheering each other on. This is identity, with joy, with purpose, and with heart. And before I close, I want to offer a very special thank you and deep appreciation to two individuals who worked tirelessly to make this event such a success. Brother Hamid Jagani, who led the charge to make the volleyball tournament a reality. Your dedication, clarity, and leadership has set a beautiful standard for what it means to serve with excellence. And Sister Sukaina Rashid, whose patience, coordination, and attention to every detail truly made her the glue that held this entire event together. Your work may not always be visible to all, but its impact was felt by everyone here. These are the individuals who quietly hold up our communities with humility, with grace, and with unwavering sense of responsibility. We are all grateful for you. May Allah reward your efforts in ways only He can. To the organizers, you've done more than a plan of a tournament. You've built bridges. You've sparked pride. You've created memories that will echo in the minds of our youths long after their trophies are packed away. To our volunteers and families, may your reward be with Allah, who sees every effort, even the ones unseen by others. And to our youths, know that you are the carriers of something sacred. You are the story unfolding. And this community, this beautiful mosaic of heritage and faith, it belongs to you. Carry it forward with pride. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our efforts and keep us united in faith, in service, and in love for one another. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you, Ibrahim Uncle, for those heartfelt words and for all that you do behind the scenes, not just here in Vancouver, but across our global Koja community.
Okay, now, someone who's already been talked about, let's bring up someone who has been in every single group chat, every single Zoom meeting, the driving force behind this entire tournament.
To be honest, without him, this tournament might have just been a group chat argument with no volleyball. Between coordinating dozens of teams and flying across time zones for work, he somehow made it look all effortless. Like organizing a Koja volleyball tournament of this size was just another stop on his layover.
Please join us in welcoming the head of the Vancity Sports Club, guy who runs the Instagram account, the man behind the magic, or as some would say, the madness, Brother Hamid Jagani.
First of all, Zahid and Malia, I don't know how to follow up with that kind of introduction. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Brother Ibrahim got it right. No, I'm just going to set the record straight. The glue is Sister Sukaina. I'm just here, luckily, to be chosen, but she is the one that's been doing all the amazing work behind the scenes, and we're going to make sure that gets cleared up tonight. Dear Sheikh Hasnain, sisters and brothers, assalamu alaikum, everyone. So how was that weekend for everyone? Let me hear if you thought it was a great weekend. Congratulations to the ladies winning teams, the Cup champions, Toronto Spikers. The plate champions, New York Challengers. The Cup winners for the men, Toronto Joffreys 2.0. And Vancouver's plate winners, Lionsgate Volleyball Club. An incredible show of heart, skill, and teamwork from all of the teams. As we gather here in celebration today, let's also take a moment to remember those that are no longer with us. The marhumin that we recognize throughout this weekend, as well as the marhumin of all of our families. And at the same time, let's also remember those that are ill, they're also suffering, and need shafa. Please join me in either reciting a Surah Fatiha, take a moment to recite a prayer of your own, or a moment of silence, please. Now, as parents of 4 young adults who've played many sports, and alhamdulillah, we've had the opportunity to watch them grow up, excel in athletics as well as their other parts of their life. My wife, Hamida, and I have had the privilege of watching them win different types of sporting events and championships, etc. But nothing warms our heart more when they're participating in the community. To us, that's first and foremost. Seeing our kids on the court playing volleyball is obviously very precious, and that's why we're here today. But for those of you who know, you really know. Seeing families surrounding you, members of the community, seeing new members of the community you've never met before from other cities, making new connections, seeing connections you made in the past and building these bridges that are long-lasting for lifetimes. That's what these events are really about. The sports is obviously an integral part, but building those long-lasting connections and celebrating our heritage at the same time, as Sheikh had spoken about. So that's, to me, the most precious of what we're getting out of this. A couple of years ago, after a volleyball tournament in the US, Mehdi Kaku and I came back home, and we did an analysis of how our men's team performed at our first major tournament outside of Canada. And the question we asked is, what if we could host a tournament one day? What would it be like? And right away we knew it would have to be different. Why would people travel all the way to the end of the world to this little city in Vancouver to come here for a volleyball tournament? The last one we had was 8 years ago. It had to feel like Vancouver, and not just in name, but in spirit. It had to be different. We wanted this to be more than just volleyball. We wanted it to be an experience, something you'd all travel for. Alhamdulillah, many of you are coming here, building onto your volleyball experience, going on vacation. Some of you already gone to Whistler. Some of you stopped in Alberta, drove through Banff, got here. Some are going on cruises. Some are taking other experiences along the way. So you've made this more than just a volleyball tournament. You're making this a vacation and a lifetime experience. And I hope you all enjoy that. And for those of you that didn't get that opportunity this time, hopefully you'll come back again and do the same. We hope that the experience that you had is something that we strive to deliver for, and that you're heading home with great memories, great friendships, and deeper bonds, and a smile that lasts longer than usual. I'm going to ask you, did we meet your expectations when you came out here to Vancouver? If you did, let me hear it. This weekend, first of all, was made possible by 35 teams, majority from outside of Vancouver. But even more so, it was made special by the volunteers. What you see on the screens in front of you are our volunteer leads, first of all. These are the individuals that brought together amazing teams. Majority of our leads are here in Vancouver, Greater Vancouver. We had a few from outside of Vancouver in the UK and even in the US from Minnesota, and a couple of other special volunteers. This event was brought to you by over 100 volunteers. Think about that for a second. There's about 350 participants, almost a 3-to-1 ratio of participants to volunteers. And that's what it takes. Vancouver used to be referred to as the village of Vancouver. Well, this little village is growing up. And we're growing up in a way that's very special. And we always try to punch above our weight. It's what our community has always done in Vancouver. Our Jamaat has always tried to strive to be this top standard in every way possible. And again, we showed the same today, inshallah. Behind the scenes, for some of you that we heard Sister Malia talk about the group chats, and I call these individuals our superheroes. The ones that don't get the credit, the ones that don't get the recognition, the ones that are behind the scenes, doing the hard work, 2, 3, 4 in the morning. Some that didn't go to sleep until Fajr time. After praying Fajr, then they're going to sleep. Some that are messaging right after Fajr. It was nonstop. Zaid knows, he was there experiencing it firsthand and doing the same. This is what it took. Not because we wanted to just host a volleyball tournament, we wanted to host something very special. I want to ask, first of all, our volunteer leads that are up here on the board to please stand up so you can be recognized. And please don't be shy. I see a few standing up. We need some more here. All right, we're going to make this a little easier. I'd like all of our volunteers to please stand up so you can be recognized. Each and every one of you, please. Come on, all volunteers. Thank you. Obviously, some are very shy. This event wouldn't have also been possible without the generous sponsorships and donations and contributions behind the scenes, contributions in many different ways. Some of you would have seen recognition of some of our donors and sponsors. We also have to recognize that there was many contributions behind the scenes, anonymous contributions. And these people helped us in many ways, helped our event directly, helped participants to be able to come and attend this event. And we just want to also thank them and recite a Surah Fatiha for them and their families, please. Before I close, I want to take us a moment to recognize a few individuals that behind the scenes, not from Vancouver, that guided us along the way, particularly on the volleyball side. One who's not here with us today, Salman Karmali from Orlando. Shane Basmerali of Stanmore. If we are live streaming, he is watching. He was watching us through the whole weekend and sending messages throughout the volleyball tournament. Thurab Karmali, if you're in the room, I don't see him here, but he's coming. Typical Thurab late. And Mason Walji. There we go. Been inspirational and just humbling in how they've stepped forward and helped us along the journey. Your support, your advice doesn't go unnoticed, and though we didn't get a chance to say thank you to all of you individually, we wanted to make sure that you're recognized for those incredible efforts. So thank you. Now, on a lighter note, and my final note. So after all this planning, organizing, emailing, WhatsApp chatting, texting, Zoom calls, etc., I think I finally figured out the true meaning of bump, set, spike for the ladies who play the international volleyball style. We bump into a problem. We set an emergency meeting, and then we spike our blood pressure, or at least mine, that is. Now it's finally going to settle down. Thank you, everyone. For those of you coming from out of town, safe travels home, and thank you for the incredible support. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, Hamid Uncle, for your passion, your leadership, and your ability to make this look far easier than we know it was.
Before we bring up our next speaker, we want to do a quick check-in with our teams. You've all had your moments this weekend.
Let's start with Toronto, because of course we have to. Toronto always assumes they are the center of the universe. They even show up late.
And to be fair, they played like it too. Whether it's United Stars A, Toronto Joffreys 2.0, or the Warriors on the men's side, or the excellent Toronto Strikers on the ladies' side.
Don't forget about Toronto East. That team was made up of players from literally everywhere except Toronto. When Toronto thinks it's the center of the universe, I guess everyone else wants to be from there too.
But honestly, Toronto Kojas really have a lot to be proud of. Like the fact that one of their finest is in the room with us tonight. And no, we don't mean any of the back centers of any of the respective cup teams.
We're talking about someone whose commitment to the Koja community spans decades, Brother Habib Megji. He's here tonight representing the World Federation, an organization that has long championed Koja heritage, identity, and youth engagement across the globe.
We're especially grateful for their generous support of this tournament and for the role they play in uplifting events like this, where sport, faith, and community come together. So please join us in welcoming to the stage Brother Habib Megji, the Vice President of the World Federation.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Sheikh Hasnain Kasmali, President of the Vancouver Jamaat Ibrahim Ramtullah, respected scholars, elders, sports players, and youths. Assalamu alaikum jami'an wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is indeed a great pleasure to be with you here today in the beautiful city of Vancouver. On behalf of the President, Safdar Bhai Jafar, office bearers and trustees of the World Federation, welcome to the Khoja Heritage Sports Dinner. Today, as we gather to celebrate the power and passion of sports, let us take a moment to reflect on the profound ways in which sports serves as an extension of our heritage, a testament to discipline and determination, and a catalyst for community upliftment. Sports have always been more than just games. They are the living tapestry of woven with threads of history, as Ibrahim mentioned, culture and shared values. The games we play today are reflections of centuries of heritage built on unity, growth, and service. Sports have long been a conduit of expressing and preserving our cultural heritage. In every corner of the world, sports echo the stories of our ancestors. They are a testament to the unity that transcends borders and languages, bringing together in shared joy and competition. Through sports, we inherit the lessons of discipline and determination. We learn the value of hard work, the importance of perseverance, and the strength found in teamwork. The values are not just essential on the field, but are the cornerstones of personal, professional, as well as community success. Moreover, sports have the power to uplift communities. They provide a platform of service or for service where the individuals come together to support one another, to cheer for their players and teams, and to celebrate victories, big or small. Sports programs often serve as a vital resource in communities, offering opportunities for youth to develop their skills, gain confidence, as well as mentors. They inspire hope and drive social change, breaking down barriers and fostering inclusion. In every match played, we honor the legacy of those who came before us. We carry forward their spirit of unity and growth, and we contribute to future to build on the same principles. As we watch athletes push their limits, and we watched it today, and achieve extraordinary results, we are reminded of our potential and the collective strength of our communities. Let us cherish sports as a bridge between past and present, as a celebration of discipline and determination, and as a beacon of community upliftment. Together, let us continue to play sports with passion, compete with integrity, and strive for excellence, knowing that in doing so, we are part of something much greater than ourselves. So just in case, if you did not know, the World Federation has declared 2025 as Year of Youth, and several initiatives have been launched. For example, approximately 200 youth participated in Global Hackathon, podcast series, for example, Youth and Community with Sheikh Nuru, artificial intelligence with Sheikh Alexander Khalili, and many more to come. In May, that is this month, we are here in beautiful city of Vancouver, as I mentioned, and you heard Muhammad Mehdi Karim, and you will hear him again very shortly, our youth and youngest counselor of the World Federation. Now, this is important. In June to October, the WF is planning to launch a youth social development initiative under the World Federation AID. We will invite youth teams to send proposals that would include needs assessment, proposed solutions, and timeline with a budget of $5,000 US per team. Winning teams will be getting full funding from the WF for their social project. In June, next month, we have the World Federation Exco in Toronto, and the following Exco will be concurrent with the Global Youth Retreat. Please stay tuned for the announcement and, of course, the location. So on a lighter note, I was reflecting on the heritage, and I want to share with you two pictures. This is me 30 years ago, and this is where I won the Most Valuable Player, MVP. No, just kidding. Okay. The second photo is the person in red is Marhum Gigi Merali. So this is the person who I admire the most from a heritage and sports perspective. Marhum Gigi Merali was a great community member, philanthropist. He took people like myself and others for ziyarat and umrah. I've done trips with him, but he also played volleyball. And I remember him playing, he was doing the service at the right back. We have traveled with him to New York and Allentown and Toronto and other places as well. So I just brought him in the picture to, again, as we all remember our legends, and I'm sure there's a video coming up. So if you can, again, take one more minute to recite the Surah Fatiha for all our marhumins who have given us the legacy of sportsmanship. On behalf of the World Federation, we would like to thank the Vancouver Jamaat, the amazing member of the organizing team, and all the volunteers for putting this amazing event together. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you, Habib Uncle, for reminding us the importance of Koja heritage and all the various events that are available through the World Federation. Now we turn to a segment that reminds us of the shoulders we stand on. For example, Marhum Gigi Merali. Now, the people whose contributions have shaped not just these tournaments, but the community behind them.
Our Koja legends have been a pillar in our communities, on and off the court. Tonight, we honor them not for what they've done, but for the legacies that they continue to build.
At your tables, if you have already noticed, or you may have noticed already, each centerpiece features a volleyball. And it's not a real volleyball, don't play around with it. It's surrounded by photos of some of the most remarkable individuals who've helped shape our communities, as well as other members of our communities.
And with your plates, you'll find a placard with a QR code. When scanned, it'll take you to a curated collection of Koja food recipes, a tribute to one of the ways our culture lives on. Let's be honest, some of these legendary recipes have never been written down. And when we ask, we're told things like, I do it atke satke. Just add until it feels right. So this QR code is progress. We're not saying that the recipes will taste just like your nani, dadi, mommy, or masi's, but it's a good start.
All right, now let's focus back on the screens and watch our tribute of Koja legends come to life. You will now get to hear from the voices of our own players, to see the legends they carry in their hearts, blended with the images of past individuals who've shaped our communities across generations.
What does Koja mean to you?
Volleyball.
I would say people who like to eat.
A tight-knit family.
I'd say respect and community again.
Did they stay together?
Being late.
Resilient pioneers.
Food.
Barazi and Madafu.
Biryani.
Brotherhood.
Simply just community.
Good food.
Caring.
Being late.
East African, Indian, Gujarati.
A dream. Yeah, I think so.
And volleyball.
Name a Koja sports legend.
Zahid Ali Nathu, best Koja golfer of all time. No question.
Yeah, Marhum Arif Pira, who started Taylor Cup.
Well, my father-in-law played volleyball. He started volleyball in Vancouver, and, I looked up to him when I started playing, and, we miss him.
About just Vancouver, I would think it will probably be Anwar Bimani.
Nana, Ghulam Abbas Chagani. That's my goat.
Look at my dad and my uncle play sports.
Marhum Raza Kimji.
Shabnamanti Devji.
Zahid Ali Nathu.
Iqbal Walji, my grand-uncle, aka Pataudi.
Miss Pataudi from Kenya.
Hasni Fazl. My grandfather.
Rashid.
Anyone that's played and now coached is a legend.
What makes someone a Koja legend?
They left their mark on the community.
Being around the community and helping out.
Community outreach, just being involved and, supporting people as much as you can.
Someone who plays sports and serves chai.
Everything from being involved into the community as well as the sports and the young ones and bringing them up.
Be someone who is competitive, excels in the game, but always has a fun spirit.
Devotion to the game and to the community.
They've made their mark in bringing the youth into this game and keeping the game alive.
It brings the community together through multiple different ways.
Just the dedication to not only the sport, but to the individual people contributing as well. They help people who are team-oriented.
Good Muslim and someone who looks after their community and maintains the community values. That's what I would say.
Generosity, hospitality, and warmth.
I gotta say the heart. It's not all about the athleticism, but just what you do to be part of the community.
It's somebody who brings everyone together, right? Doesn't have to be in sports, but community.
Mullah Askar, I've dealt with him, I've lived with him in England, and the way he promoted our community for the unity and being for each other, I think in my mind he was a Koja legend.
It's done anything for the sport, whether it be contributing by coaching, funding, playing. To me, that's a legend if you've made a name and left a legacy.
While we couldn't highlight every legend by name tonight, you know who you are, and we see you.
To every legend in this room and beyond, thank you. Your courage lives on in every player, volunteer, and organizer here tonight.
Since legends are now top of mind, let's talk about the legend of New York for a second.
A city that never sleeps, and apparently never sent a men's team this weekend either. Some of the boys from New York showed up, but scattered like taxi cabs, playing for everyone except New York. I guess free agency was alive and well.
But credit where credit's due. On the women's side, the New York Challengers showed up strong, and spoilers incoming, will soon be walking away with some bling.
So while the ladies made noise on the court, the men, well, maybe they're saving their energy for the next tourney, or to endure the current Knicks playoff run.
You know a guy who does show up, though? He is a young leader whose accomplishments, energy, and passion continue to make waves across the global community.
At just 23 years old, Mohammad Mahdi Karim is the youngest counselor of the World Federation, and currently a trainee solicitor at the global law firm Allen, Overy, Shearman, Sterling, LLP, a name that almost is as long as his resume.
In 2020, he founded the MMK Academy, an initiative focused on building public speaking and soft skills in both children and adults, because he believes that we don't just need voices. Our community needs confident voices.
Whether he's mentoring youth, for example at YCon, delivering that amazing thought-provoking conference, or running the London Marathon, he does it all with a love for faith, family, and community. Please join us in welcoming an up-and-coming Khoja legend in his own right, Mohammad Mahdi Karim.
ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Elders, volleyball participants, friends and family, Salamun alaikum. Now, Habib Uncle introduced me as Mohammad Abbas Karim. I can assure you I'm not going to be reciting a qasida today. Vancouver has truly been wonderful. It's my first time in Canada, and before coming here, I was speaking to a couple of people. They asked, how long are you going to be here in Vancouver for? I said, I'm here for a week. They said, you'll turn up and you'll regret being there for a week. You want to be there for longer. I'm not going to say what they said about Toronto. But no, let's be serious. Well done to all of the volleyball participants, in particular the organizers of this tournament. Can we have a round of applause for everyone who put in some hard work and effort this weekend? It's been a weekend full of food, excellent volleyball, and ultimately great vibes. So thank you so much to everyone who's played a part this weekend. Sport is a wonderful way of bringing people together. Today we have people from all across the globe. People from my hometown, Stanmore. People from the USA. People from Canada as well. In fact, this tournament has brought together people from the USA and Canada, which might not be such a bad thing because from what I've heard, you may be one country very soon. You see, even Donald Trump recognized the brotherhood between Orlando and Toronto, that he wanted to make you one nation. On a more serious note, I've had some awesome conversations, learned a huge amount, and done a lot of thinking this weekend. Because I've been speaking to a very, very diverse group of people. I say diverse, I mean diverse in terms of age, in terms of nationality, and in terms of worldview as well. But with this diverse group of people, what is it that we all have in common? Well, it's two things. Number one, it's the love for sport. And number two, it's a sense of belonging to a community. And it's those two factors that I want to talk a little bit about today, the power of sport and the power of our community. It's interesting because sport often puts us on opposing teams, on opposing sides. But it also has this really unique way of uniting everyone around a common cause. I mean, sure, sport does bring its rivalry. For example, I will always be Stanmore till I die. Or at the mosque, Liverpool United rivalry is something that is really, really intense. Although as an Arsenal fan, none of that really matters. But sports always seems to find a way to transcend these divisions and unite around a common good. And in a world that's becoming more fractured, divisive, and full of hatred, sport is needed now more than ever. In England, for example, as I'm sure is the case in North America, Islamophobia, anti-Muslim hatred, is on the rise. And that had been continuing in Liverpool until 2017, when one man bucked that trend. 2017, Mo Salah joined Liverpool. And between 2017 and 2019, Islamophobia, anti-Muslim hatred fell by 17% in those 2 years because of the positive influence of a man that was visibly Muslim. That is the power of sports. But sports transcends beyond building bridges and unity. It can be a beautiful mechanism to teach us valuable lessons in life as well. And there are two lessons that I want to briefly dwell on today. Firstly, as a big tennis enthusiast, I will take inspiration from my favorite tennis player and favorite sportsman of all time, Roger Federer. I remember he once said at a press conference after a game at Wimbledon that it's important to his success that he plays the ball and not the opponent. And I guess that is a sentiment that's true for volleyball too. Because you can't really control how good the opponent is, how many hours of practice they've put in, how many MVPs the opposite team contains. But what you can control is how you respond to whatever they put at you. And similarly in life, you're going to be faced with many, many challenges. There are things, though, that will be in your control and things that won't be in your control. And I guess, much like playing the ball, not the opponent, it's important to focus on the things that are in your control and leave the ones that aren't behind. The second lesson is that your goals should drive you, but not define you. Look, I'm sure that many people in this room came with the intention of winning this weekend. But statistically speaking, most of you will probably be feeling disappointed that that didn't happen. But I think the beauty about community sports is that there is something greater than winning. I actually learned this lesson quite recently. Last month, with a group of 20 other members from Stanmore Jaffrey's, I had the pleasure of running the London Marathon. After 16 weeks of training, I had a target time in mind, but unfortunately, I didn't quite meet it. But it didn't matter, because what did matter was the brotherhood that I built with the people that I trained with. That is what I remember a month on, not necessarily crossing the finish line or the time I got or anything else. It is those bonds of brotherhood that stick with me. And inshallah, in months to come, more than anything, more than the winning, it's going to be the great times you had at this tournament that stick with you. And this special vibe is created because I think ultimately we have a very, very special community. I know that there are many views about the future of the community, what it looks like, what labels we attach, who we are, what we're going to become. I learned about this at YCon. But for me, a community is not defined by any labels or institutions, for that matter. It's defined by the people that make it up. Because these people are often there to support us in our times of greatest success, and also for us to lean a shoulder on, or for them to lean a shoulder on us in our times of greatest weakness. They are a group of people that if you surround yourself with can make you a better person, and a group of people that can take you to that next level. And in our case, our community revolves around people who, number one, first and foremost, have a shared religious identity. And number two, have a shared cultural identity spanning many centuries. People often ask, as they did at YCon, and rightly so, why does history matter? Why does this heritage matter? And I think it is an excellent question. For me, there is one principal reason why it does. And the reason why it matters is not necessarily about the past, but it's about the future. For me, the only reason why history and heritage only matters is because it is something from which we can learn and help us to face the challenges of the future, the challenges of tomorrow. We are here today, and here as a community because of the immense sacrifices of people who have come before us. Those legends that we saw on the screen and others who weren't mentioned, who set up these communities, when they often came to these places with not very much. Their focus was making sure that faith was preserved, that education was preserved, that we had a qabristan, etc., etc. These were the things that make our community today. But we have different challenges to the ones that they had. Nonetheless, how they overcame those challenges and what lessons they learned, those principles can be very valuable today. Because the challenges tomorrow are different. We've got climate change, we've got AI, we've got the rise of global genocides across the globe. These challenges are very, very different. Cost of living crisis. But the principles that are there from the elders who set up the community are there to be extracted and can drive us forward in terms of what we do next. And I think that's the important thing. That when it comes to heritage, a lot of wonderful work has been done in terms of looking back. But it's time to do a bit of work in terms of looking forward and taking those lessons from looking back and seeing how they can be implemented moving forwards too. I'd like to end with this message. Whatever your view is about the community, about how we define the community, about who we are, I think ultimately we can agree on one thing. If nothing else, a Khoja event never disappoints in terms of food. Thank you, Vancouver.
Thank you, Mohammad Mahdi, for that powerful reflection. You reminded us that sports aren't just about winning points. They're about building unity, discipline, and faith both on and off the court.
And we know that message of sports not just being about winning points definitely hit home, especially for his fellow countrymen and women who brought their signature British politeness to the court. The sportsmanship was top tier. Unfortunately, the scoreboards didn't quite agree.
But hey, they kept it classy, even when they were getting outserved.
Now, before we jump into something more interactive, we've got to give a quick shout out to a team that brought something extra this weekend.
Orlando rolled into Vancouver, bringing the sunshine and the swagger with them.
They brought the vibes, the energy, and made it feel like every game was a beachside showdown, minus the palm trees.
Too bad the clothes rolled in from Toronto today and stopped Orlando Heat's right in its track.
And now, speaking of competition, it's time for something a little more digital.
That's right, it's Kahoot time. You can finally take your phones out. We know some of you have been itching for this moment since the second speech.
We saw the side glances, the phantom screen unlocks. It's okay. This is your moment.
Well, now it's your chance to tap with purpose. As we saw this weekend in Khoja volleyball, it's all about quick reflexes. So channel your inner netties and good luck.
There are 3 prizes up for grabs. And yes, for all those wondering, this is your last chance to win anything this weekend. Just a reminder, so before we start the Kahoot, there's some instructions I'd like you guys to follow. Please remember that when you play this game, at the end of the game, you'll get a ranking. Take a screenshot of the ranking. We'll explain why later. But please make sure you take a screenshot. There might be something for those that do not place in the top 3. So please, take a screenshot of it after we play this game. Thank you. We'll get started. So if you've never played Kahoot before, there's a website link you could use, or there's also the App Store app for Kahoot. I think it's kahoot.it on a website, but I hope everyone can join.
You can also use the QR code on the screen with your phone cameras.
as we want to make sure that everyone is served dinner on time, we're going to limit this to about 2 or 3 minutes, and then we're going to get started.
Are we going to hit 300?
We have about 500 people in this room, and I know all of you have at least one phone, so let's get it up there. Come on. We would also appreciate if you make sure that your names are appropriate, because otherwise, you will not only be out of the Kahoot, you will not receive dinner. All right, we'll give it another maybe 20, 30 seconds and we'll get started. All right, I think we've capped out, so let's get started. All right, here we go. Where is the Khoja Shia Ithnashri community's presence notably spread across? How many continents? All right. So the right answer was 5 continents. Wow. All right.
How did the journey of the Khoja Shia Ithnashri community begin in the 1880s? I'm not sure what the green answer is.
Oh, wow. Would you look at that, guys? We have a complete changeover on the scoreboard. Let's see whether that continues.
What is considered the best heritage moment mentioned in Surah Al-Hujurat?
All right. Most of you got the right answer. Here we go.
Why did Allah create us into different nations and tribes?
All right. Great job, guys.
Shout out Atika and Zainab for being number 2 on the list. What did the Khojas use to navigate the waters when they reached the shores of Eastern Africa?
Motorboats, canoes, single-sailed dhows, or ferries? Some of us might have these in our houses. We have the single-sailed dhows in a bottle, I think. Some of us have it in bottles, something like that.
In which century did the Khoja Shia Ithnashri community have roots in Sindh, Kutch, and Kathiawar? In which year was the first Khoja mosque in Zanzibar established?
(1881). All right, new leaders.
During which phase did the Khoja community migrate to Oman, Yemen, and Burma?
These are hard. I don't know what the phases are.
What line divides the front and back row on a volleyball court?
All right, new leadership again.
Where were the ancestors of the Khoja community residing around 1,000 years ago? No, it's not Antarctica.
All right.
What language did early Khoja communities traditionally speak? What is one defining characteristic of Khoja heritage today?
Very good. All right, things aren't changing anymore. Ali Jawad in the lead.
Which federation was formed in 1945?
Okay. Fatima D in the lead now. Hasnain behind her.
Which federation was established to address the needs of the Khoja community in North America?
Is it World Federation, Nasimco, the JCC, or Zahara Islamic Center? All right, things are heating up.
In international volleyball, what is the standard height of the net for women's games?
None of the men would know this.
Sorry, Americans.
All right, 2.24 meters. Ali Jawad's catching up again.
Which nutrient is most important for muscle repair after playing volleyball?
Is it vitamins, carbohydrates, fats, or proteins?
Kinesiology majors, it's your time to shine.
It's proteins. That's why we had Body Energy Club next to you guys. Okay, 3 or 4 more left.
The Khoja's ancestors, known as blank, initially resided near the Khyber Pass.
The Lohanas. All right, we have some changes, but Fatima D still in the lead.
Who is the youngest counselor in the 2024-2027 team of the World Federation of KSIMC?
This should be an easy one.
If you guys were paying attention.
All right. No changes. Let's see. 2 more questions.
What is the local Khoja Community Center in Vancouver?
Awesome. We know our place of worship. Okay, so Fatima D still in the lead. Ali Jawad's back up there. Last question.
What is Zara Ali Bai best known for?
All right. So the right answer there was promoting fitness and wellness for women. Okay, so we have our podium. Remember, take a screenshot of your result regardless of what place you're in. And our winner is Fatima D, followed by AHJ and MH. So we have 3 prizes for our top 3 winners. We would like them to come up now, if possible. So whoever AHJ is and MH, you do have to prove yourselves. Fatima D as well. So we'll start with 3rd place, MH. Who is MH? Perfect. Please come up. We have something for you. In 2nd, we have AHJ. Awesome. Please come up to the front here as well. And in 1st place, Fatima D. Please come up. As you can see, volleyball themed again. Let's take a quick photo. While everyone else is waiting, you shouldn't despair if you were 4th to 63rd.
We got you. Take a screenshot of your screen with your result and show our organizing team. Find Mansoura Alidina at table 6.
Or Mohammad Bimani as well. And you can get your physical Koja heritage book. I heard it's pretty cool, so make sure from 4th to 63rd, we got you. So we'll just wait on completing this and then we'll get going.
You'll be collecting those Koja heritage books during dinner.
All right, let's keep the volleyballs down. Thank you to everyone for participating. We'd like everyone to come back. All right. Now that we've talked about some of the big name cities and teams like Toronto, Orlando, let's give a moment to recognize
the NPC teams. You know, those teams where the first reaction was, Alaka Conche?
We're talking about Vibes, Ottawa, Edmonton, or Allentown, or a few others who snuck into the bracket like side characters with main character energy.
Well, let's be real. Vibes proved us all wrong. They not so quietly said, Ame Vibes yaveche? Watch this plot twist.
So here's to the teams you didn't expect, but who showed up, played hard, and made the story that much better. Now, before we jump into the awards, let's take a moment to talk about our hometown heroes, and let's hear it for the Vancity Club.
The organizing, spotless. The chai, flowing. The hospitality, unmatched.
But somewhere along the way, be it in cup or plate matches, Vancity took the host role a little too seriously.
We were supposed to provide good food, good vibes, and great baraza, not serve up points like it was dessert.
But hey, our club made us proud, hosting and humbling ourselves. Now that's true Koja spirit. Now, in honor of true Koja spirit, we want to recognize our two tournament organizers. But before we do, we'd like to invite Brother Ibrahim Ramtullah, president of Azhar Islamic Center, to come up and do the honors. We would also like Sister Abida Merali to come up on the ladies' side.
Tonight, we honor not just the winners, but the spirit of sportsmanship, community, and excellence that carried us through this tournament.
Thank you very much. It's amazing. I think when I reflect on the last 4 days, I cannot imagine like what it turned out to be. Honestly, the feedback we got from everybody, having the venue, having everybody here, the nightlife, the day life, the activity, it's just been amazing. And more importantly, just having you all here, coming out and supporting the event has been amazing. So thank you to all of you for coming. Appreciate it. Big round of applause for them. But as many of you know, these tournaments take forever to set up, to plan, to get going. And as Hamid mentioned in his speech, 2 years ago, this was just an idea. And a year ago, the team started gelling and they started building. And it was two individuals who basically came together and said that, Vancouver can do this. It's not just the big cities, but even the little guys can make it happen. So on behalf of the Azhar Islamic Center, I want to take an opportunity to appreciate those two individuals and present to them a small token of appreciation. If I could ask our male lead, Brother Hamid Jagani, and our female lead, Sister Sukaina Rashid, to come up and accept their appreciation award.
I just want to say that I'm up here, but it isn't really me. It's this whole team that you've been seeing the whole weekend. So a big round of applause for them, please.
All right, I promise we're going to get to the award ceremony eventually. At this time, we were supposed to have an announcement by Mehdi Kaku of Vancity A team, captain. Unfortunately, he was too passionate on the court and lost his voice. So, traditional Mehdi. But here we go. We are going to have a surprise announcement from the runners-up for this year, and it's going to be by Jabir Alidina. Please, Jabir, if you could come up.
Assalamu alaikum everyone, Sheikh Hasnain, elders of the community and participants. On behalf of United Stars of Toronto, we'd first like to give a very loud applaud to Vancity volleyball team for organizing this amazing tournament. And on behalf of United Stars volleyball team of Toronto, we would also like to announce that the King of the Court tournament is an invitational tournament that will be held again this year. Tentatively, we're looking at either October or November. participating teams in that tournament will be based off how they performed in this tournament, as well as the last King of the Court tournament. So invitations will be going out to captains within the next few weeks. So keep your phones on so that we can get in touch with you. Thank you.
All right. We now move on to the most anticipated moments of the evening, the award ceremony. From the rising stars to the MVPs, we've got a lot to celebrate.
So let's roll out the metaphorical red carpet and cue the applause.
At this time, we'd like to invite a couple of special guests to help us present the awards. Brother Habib Megji from World Federation and Sister Fatima Ghulam Ali from the Zahra Trust.
Let's start by recognizing some of the most consistent and clutch performers from the ladies division. Players who made their presence known every time they stepped on the court. She had power, precision, and no mercy at the net. The Best Spiker award goes to Safia Dalla from the Toronto Spikers.
All right, to conserve time, we're gonna have all three members of this division to come up. So we'll go with the second announcement as well.
She served up pressure point after point. The Best Server award goes to Mariam Qasim from Minnesota A. She, the calm coordinator behind every big play. The Best Setter award goes to Naila Lalji from USWA Blue.
Now, while they take the pictures on the ladies' side, now we're gonna look at the men, where each role came with pressure, big moments, and bigger energy. He was cool at the line and deadly with his perfect float serves. The Best Server award goes to Ronak Kotecha, Dynamos of London. He was fearless, vocal, and a wall at the net. Best Front Center award goes to Ali Salam Ahmad, Minnesota Jaffrey's. He dominated the left side with power and pace. Best Front Left award goes to AJ Munji, Toronto Jaffrey's 2.0. He always was ready to kill the rally. Best Front Right award goes to Imran Nasser, United Stars A. He was an anchor behind his team's run. Best Back Center goes to Turab Kermali, United Stars A. Strategic, focused, and reading every attack like a book. Best Back Left award goes to Usman Limbada, United Stars A. Consistent, clean, and the calm in chaos. Best Back Right from your hometown Vancity A team, Muhammad Ali Kaku. And finally, saving the most difficult position for last. They had the timing, trust, and a touch of chaos down. The Best Neti Duo Award goes to Saqib Nurmamad and Adil Moldina Jafris 2.0. Now, for some of our most heartwarming awards. Recognizing chemistry, leadership, and bright futures.
Remember that polite Britishness we mentioned earlier? From the Stanmore Joffreys, she lifted everyone's spirit, no matter the score. The Sportsmanship Award goes to Mariam Virani. Can someone from the team come up and get it because she's not here? Young, fearless, and ready to lead, the Rising Star Award goes to our hometown queen from the Vancouver Strikers, Saliha Remtola.
And while we're on the topic of rising stars, on the male side, the youngest vets on the court, there were 4 of them. Number 1, Mujahid John Mamad, Orlando Union B. Number 2, Ali Mehdi Kara, Haydaris. Number 3, Ali Ismail, Vancity A. And I guess Vancity got 50% of these because Amar Fazal from Vancity B as well.
And now the MVPs, the players who rose to the moment, led with heart, and delivered it when it counted. Poised beyond her years, the MVP Under 16 award goes to Rania Fazal from USWA Whites. Yeah, I think so. Experience and fire, still putting in the work. The over 35 MVP award goes to Fatima Tarabai of the Toronto Spikers. A leader, a fighter, a difference maker. The tournament MVP award for the Toronto Spikers goes to my twin, Malia Gurmali.
All right. For the male side, we'll start with finals MVP. Biggest plays, biggest stage. The finals MVP award goes to Nikesh Madarsi, Joffrey 2.0. And the tournament MVP, unstoppable from day one, goes to Khizr Mirali, Joffrey 2.0. All right. Next up, the plate division, where the hustle was real and the energy was unmatched.
The award goes to Skyline for the females.
And that was just the runner-up, so here we go with the champions. Who do we have?
Oh, the plate champions award goes to the New York Challengers.
On the men's side, the plate runner-up goes to Vibes. If we can have any one of the Vibes come up as well. And the plate champions from Vancouver, Lionsgate. We would like the whole team to come up, please. Whole team, guys, whole team. Both for Vibes and for Lionsgate. We need a nice picture. Yeah, let's do the picture.
Sorry, which team are you from? Yeah, okay. Plate champions, right? Plate champions, yeah.
This is really showing unity, Vibes and Lionsgate on the floor together. All right, let's have the plate champions come up to the stage. Let's have another round of applause for the plate champions.
And now the cup division. These were matches that had us pacing, cheering, and losing our voices. The cup runner-up award goes to Minnesota A. Please come on up.
have another round of applause, please.
And now, finally, the moment you've all been waiting for, the Cup Champions Award goes to the Toronto Spikers. Please come on up.
All right, on the men's side, what you guys have been waiting for. The Cup runner-up goes to United Stars A from Toronto.
That's it, right? Yeah. I don't need to be. I don't need to be here. I mean, you've already given them. Yeah, like I said, they're just going to flip. And can we also have the New York Challengers come up for one team photo?
Oh, yes, that's what it is. All right. So on the men's side, we now have the time to call out another Toronto team. The Cup champions goes to the Toronto Jaffreys 2.0. Let's have one loud round of applause for everyone who participated and the winners as well. A huge congrats to all of tonight's winners. You made this weekend unforgettable.
Whether you leave here with a medal or just amazing memories, you're what made this tournament a success.
Congratulations to every player, coach, and team. You made this tournament one to remember for sure for everyone. We want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for the energy, love, and unity you've all brought to this event.
This weekend was about more than volleyball. It was about rekindling bonds, uplifting one another, and remembering that when we play together, we grow together.
To the volunteers, organizers, kitchen crews, referees, and the quiet doers behind the scenes, thank you as well. This was your win as well. I believe we have a tribute video in honor of the amazing volleyball-filled weekend we had here at UBC. So if we can cue that, please. Okay, what we'll do is we'll move the tribute video to during dinner. What we'll do is we'll call up tables for our Koja gathering.
Because it's everyone's favorite part is the food.
So please remain seated as we announce which tables can head to buffet first. We promise this will be even smoother than some of the netty lifts you've seen this weekend. So once your table is called, feel free to help yourselves, enjoy the company, and don't forget to stop by the photo booth on your way. Because
if it's not on Instagram, did your team even win? Did this tournament even happen?
So enjoy the food, the company, and the memories. We'll break for Salat at 9:18 p.m. So eat, chat, and celebrate to your heart's content until then. So
and for those of you who are leaving, please grab some dinner first.
Yep. All right. For the buffet dinner, we're now calling ladies' tables 1, 2, and 3. Gents' tables 21, 22, 23, and 24. Please go and grab some dinner.
And the winners of the Koja Cahoots that were 4 through 63, please come on up and grab your Koja heritage books. Mansura Alidina has them on the table number 6 with her. And for those of you whose table was not called, but you have a flight to catch, please grab some food to go.
And for any of the men's people who did Kahoot and got 4th to 63rd, please come up. There is a Khoja Heritage book for you. So just if you show the screenshot, you can also grab one. It's right here. Brother Mohammed bin Mani is right here with it.
And for those of you who do not receive a physical Khoja Heritage book, there's a QR code on the pamphlets on your table. That will take you to a link that shows you the Khoja recipes and other things.
We now call ladies tables 4, 5, and 6, gents tables 25, 26, 27, and 28.
No, like, I mean, they spent money, but you can see that.
Correct.
Look at the whole thing.
Exactly.
It's very well
Exactly.
done. Food,
Yeah.
timing.
It's amazing.
I think the big thing was is having the accommodations here.
Oh,
So teams have to drive, go there, stay, whatnot. Everything's like right there. It's pretty cool.
No, for sure. For sure.
He did a good job. They did a good job.
Good job, man. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you did a
Enjoy. Enjoy your food.
Hey, I'm gonna leave the books there.
Yeah, yeah. Go grab some. Yeah.
Good job, Zach.
Thank you.
Mike, can you start now?
Huh? Can I start?
Good, 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 good.
hope you guys enjoy. We would like to now call ladies tables 7, 8, and 9, gents tables 29, 30, 31, 32. All right, we'd like to call ladies tables 10, 11, 12, gents tables 33, 34, 35, 36.